Hello everyone, my name is Mimi and this is the beginning of my book channel. To give you a little bit of background, I am 21 years old, I live in Montreal, and I love reading books. I also have quite my controversial opinion on books, if I may say so myself, and I'd like to share that with you guys. For today's video, I decided to do a December TBR. I felt like what better way to start a channel than with a fresh start, not talking about books that I've already read, even though that's the next video. I'm kidding. Anyways, I figured I would just start with a little TBR prompt jar for December. Since the holidays are coming, I decided to put, I think I have 10 prompts, and then either half of them or at least 4 of them are like Christmas or like winter prompts, and then the other half of the prompts are just gonna be regular dinkity what's it called again? Prompts. Regular dinkity prompts. I could not think of that for the heck of me. Anyways, so I put them in this cute little penguin mug. That is my boyfriend's actually, because he loves his penguins. He loves penguins. He wants to get a penguin tattooed on his arm. That's how much he loves penguins. And I figured it was also a little bit Christmassy here to accompany Bob that I just got. So I've had Kevin for 3 years now. I got him when my boyfriend and I first moved into our first apartment, which was 3 years ago now, and it was amazing. I loved him. He was my first purchase that I was making without my parents being like, are you sure you should buy that? Like, that's a little bit of a stupid purchase, but it was my purchase. You know what I mean? I loved it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then this year, 3 years later, I found Bob. I can't believe it. I can't wait to find Stuart. I'm just gonna have the 3 of them right here against my bookshelf. Oh my god! Okay, anyways, let's start with the TBR December prompt. I think I'm gonna be picking. I usually read like 6 to max 8 books a month, so I'm gonna be picking 5 prompts, and we're gonna see how that goes. I think I should be picking 6 actually. Let me pick 6 prompts. I'm gonna be picking 6. 6. What was that for? If we don't get to all of them, it's alright. Yeah, let me start rambling on. Let's just start it. So, I'm like, should I just take them all out and then read them all out and then pick them? Or should I, no, let's go one by one. A book with a 1-word title. Oh, I'm gonna bring my Kindle also because I tend to read a lot on my Kindle. I love my Kindle. It is the best thing ever. But I'm gonna prioritize a little bit more of physical books just for the sakes of the videos and whatnot. However, let me just look for this and stop talking. Let me go check on my other bookshelf. I'll be right back. Well, I don't have any on my physical TBR. It's either like the something or the other something. They all just start with the, that's what I meant to say. Oh, that was hilarious. Anyways, so let me check my Kindle quick. I'm gonna put a picture for you guys somewhere up here, just so you guys can see what are my Kindle options. I have Heartstopper by Alice Osman. I've got Babel by R.F. Kuang. I have Carrie by Stephen King. I have Lingus by Mariana Zapata. I have Mistborn. Oh my god. These are such intense books by Brendan Sanderson. I have Ricochet. See, I don't know about Ricochet because it's still in my Kindle as if I haven't read it, but I already rated it on Goodreads and I stopped this series last year and I'm like, did I already read this one? So I would have to figure that out. I think I'm gonna go for Heartstopper just because it's December. I kind of want it to be a little bit on a fluffy side. I don't really want to be reading Mistborn or a full Babel or a full Carrie by Stephen King. I read one Stephen King and I liked it. It was alright. It was really good writing. It's just like, you know, it was long and I felt it being long. So I was like, I don't know if I want to go into him. I'm a little bit skeptical about reading again from him, but that's gonna happen eventually. For now, I think I'm gonna add Heartstopper to my list. Okay, let's pick my next prompt. I'm just gonna take another one. Perfect. Book with red or green on the cover, and that's a little bit of a Christmas one. Let me check what I have. No, this is not a book. Oh, this one. So I have this one. It's kind of a funny story by Ned Vizzini. It's definitely green. This is Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I have the Sisters Brothers. I have quite a bit actually. I didn't know I had that many. Let me go check what I have on my other bookshelf. I'll be right back. I have one book on the other side, and that is The Maid by Nita Perose. I'm not going to be picking any on my Kindle just because I do have a bunch that have red or green on them, and I can't even see colors on my Kindle, so you know what I mean. I think, as much as I want to read all of these, I think I'm going to pick The Maid because I've been wanting to read it for such a long time. I actually started it once and I'm on page 60. We're gonna see if I can remember anything. Maybe I'll just restart the chapter that I was on, or like a couple chapters before, just to get a little bit more in the groove of it. But yeah, I started it. I was enjoying it, but I was looking for something a little bit more fast-paced, and this is not necessarily the most fast-paced book. So I feel like when I picked it up, I wasn't reading much, but now that I am reading, I feel like I know this is not what I should have picked up at the time. But I want to pick it up this month, so let's do that. I'm just gonna pick this. Ah! There we go. Let me pick another one. Ooh, we're on to the third one. A book with Christmas in the title. This is like the most Christmassy prompt there was in there. I don't own any Christmas holiday books on my Kindle nor on physical TBR. However, I do have Kindle Unlimited. So I was thinking of just going onto Kindle Unlimited and then just finding one that's Christmas vibes. So let me just do that. Be patient, please. Be patient. Be patient, please. Be patient. I'm sorry. I have so much energy. No, I don't have energy. Let me find this to put it as number. One Christmas Eve. This is sounding really good. Let me see what the... It's by Sherry Lowe. It has a 4.5. That's a lot. Okay, I'm really liking this. So it's about 3 women in 3 different decades. So you have one in the 60s, you have one in the 90s, and then the other one is in 2023, so currently. And I think they're like daughters of the ones before. Like the one from 93 is the daughter of the girl in 68. And it's about like a love that lasts different lifetimes. And you also discover things about complicated families. And I love reading about complicated families because my family is one of them. So, I kind of relate to it, you know? So I'm going to download this one. It's called One Christmas Eve by Sherry Lowe. I think that's going to be my Christmas book. Perfect. That was amazing. Let's pick a 4th prompt. A book at the bottom of my TBR. Oh, that's a tough one. I really did not want to land on this one because then that just means that I have to read a book that I'm not planning on reading anytime soon. So let me look through my library and I'm gonna show you the ones that I've been procrastinating the most. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pick the books that I've been procrastinating the most. I think this one's one. This is another one. So I have 4 books here. I have The English Patient by Michael Ondaatje, I think. This is a book that I got for my English class in college and I never read it. Oh well, I got to page 17. And it's nothing. I don't remember what this book is about at all. I have The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. It's a really cool cover. I found it in one of those free libraries and I was like, I'm gonna snatch it. That looks really nice. And also, yeah, I read 5 pages and then I fell asleep at the park. I tend to do that. I tend to start books and then just abandon them. And then I have Children of the Mind by Arson Scott Card. This is the 4th and I want to say the final, like in the immediate series, and then there's like more books, but kind of like expanding the universe of Ender Games. I am 110 pages in. I'll be quite honest, this is the slowest book of the whole series. It's also the fact that the writing just makes me want to sleep in this book. I hate little market books like this. And I have a classic, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I think for a really obvious reason, this is a book that I don't necessarily go towards, not even think about it. It's a classic. My boyfriend bought it for me, and it was supposed to be a book that I was gonna read in a book club with friends, and then they ended up switching up on me, and I just have the book now. So here's the book, and yeah, that's it. Let me decide. I think I'm gonna decide on one of these physical ones, just because, you know, that this would be me finishing a series. I'm really tempted to just read this one, I'll be quite honest. I kind of want to get back into it and just like figure out how it finishes. My boyfriend gave me a huge spoiler. And I cried. He like told me the hugest, biggest spoiler ever on earth about this book, and I was so disappointed in him. So that's that. But I just really want to see how that happens, and I just want to see how the story ends, I'll be quite honest. So I think I'm gonna pick this one up, finish it, and be done with this, because I just want to finish the series at this point. There you go. Now we're on to the 5th prompt. A book published in December of any year. This is another one of like a themed TBR. I don't know. I guess I just have to check the publishing dates. That's insanity. I have to check every single one of my books' publishing dates. How the freak do I even do that? Oh my god, this book doesn't even have a publishing date. What the heck? How am I gonna do this? Okay, this was published back in the 1940s. I think this was easier in my head. Yeah. See, it just says the year. How the frick am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that it was released in December? Should I just do it like this December and then look up what are the new releases? I think I'm gonna do that. Let me look up book releases of December. See, me putting this one on my TBR would be me putting another one on my TBR as well, but I'm also really wanting to read that one. Let me see what else there is. Actually, I think I am gonna do that. So you know how I have Divine Rivals in my TBR on my Kindle? Well, Ruthless Vows comes out, and I think if I'm not mistaken, it's towards the end of the month, December 26th. So I would technically, I think that would just be my last read, and I would have to read Divine Rivals first, obviously. So I'm adding 2 books into my TBR. You know what? We're good with that. I need to read a bunch of books to hit my TBR anyways. So I'm gonna put this one on my list. And now, for my 6th and final TBR prompt of the video. So I have 4 on my Kindle, because technically Endless Vows I still don't have. And 2 physical. So let's do the last one. A book with a Christmas tree on the cover. I'm like excited, but I'm not, but at the same time I should be, because at the end of the day I need to read Christmas books this month anyway. Let me look for some. Let me just look for some. Freak it. I like to freak it. Okay. So now we're gonna go into Kindle Unlimited. Harry Potter is all on Kindle Unlimited? That's insanity. Why would it all be on Kindle Unlimited? Dr. Gwen Wright is having a not-so-merry Christmas. For the month of December, she's alone, house-sitting for her mother and new stepfather. Her surgically precise world gets a plot twist when Caleb Lawson, world-famous movie star on the run from the paparazzi and his secrets, crash lands in her kitchen. Besides being a Hollywood heartthrob, Caleb is also her stepdad's nephew. He thinks he has as much right to stay in the house as she does, but as far as Gwen's concerned, she's the landlord and he's the squatter. The more they are forced to share the small space, the more Gwen is drawn to the moody celebrity. Sure, sometimes he can be a Grinch, but when Caleb finally touches Gwen, it makes her jingle bells ring. Okay, this is so corny. For the future looms like a foggy Christmas Eve, with no red-nosed reindeer to guide them. Can Gwen and Caleb overcome their differences? After all, she's ordinary and he's a star. Okay, so it's an enemies to lover. I love that. I love my enemies to lovers, and I also love cheesy romances. Cheesy little rom-coms, that's my thing. The book that I am picking is Holiday Star by Dr. Melissa Diamond. Is she an actual doctor? I guess she is a doctor. I mean, why would someone just put doctor? Perfect. So I think we have all of our books for this month. Let me redo a little recap. Let me just show them all to you. So, here are my books. I have Children of the Mind by Orson Scott Card, The Maid by Nita Prose. I see that these two books are actually books that I've started before, but it's okay, the other ones aren't. So these are my physical books, and then on my Kindle I have Heartstopper, Holiday Star, which is the one with the Christmas tree on, One Christmas Eve, Divine Rivals, and the second one of Divine Rivals. Enchantment Vows, I think it's called? No. I think. I don't know. It'll be on the screen somewhere. So those are the books that I'm going to be reading this month, or at least around my TBR this month. I have some fantasies for this month. I got some romance. I have some literary fiction. And I think I should be fine this month, honestly. I have a good variety. At least I kind of have a little idea of what I should be reading. We're going to see how I actually stick to my TBR. I never stick to it, I'll be quite honest. Because I'm simply just that big of a mood reader. I just read whatever the freak I want to read. As if there's nothing that I should be reading, but it's okay. We're gonna see how I do. We're gonna follow back at the end of the month. So click that subscribe button if you'd like to see whether I read all of these or not. Give it a like if you like this video. This is my first video. Please don't judge me too hard. And follow my socials if you'd like to. I'm gonna start posting a little bit on TikTok eventually down the line. No rush in that. Honestly, I really want to start it off with YouTube. I love my YouTube booktube videos. I'm not that much on TikTok, on book talk I mean, but subscribe if you want to see a little bit more of me in your subscription box every now and then. Thank you very much again for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye. Okay, bye.